everybody. I am starting this video because I want to give you and everybody that has been a part of Fester and Friends from maybe the beginning or just recently an update on what's been happening in the center, and so everybody can kind of feel like they know exactly what their money is going to. They know exactly why I'm pouring my heart out into this, why my board of directors is pouring their heart out into this, and why I think the work that we do is as important as we do. So maybe you're new to this, maybe you're not, but I'm gonna try something a little bit different today where I'm going to try to show sort of some of the communication that I have daily with some of my people in the Congo to try to maybe express and show what it is that I do and what my day-to-day looks like when I'm not busy working in the emergency department at the hospital. And so this is definitely takes up a big chunk of my time. And I think it's hard to understand why maybe I do some of the stuff that I do, or why this work is as important as it is, and why it's as impactful, and why I try to communicate that with all of you. And so hopefully I will try to do that with some videos that I can share. So I'm just gonna, first of all, give you an update about the situation in the center. So we have recently added 6 new children to the center, bringing the total up to 17. Now, the reason we did this was twofold. One, when I went to the Congo just this past February, I saw and I was told that we have the space to have more children, but B, Freddie, the person that sort of runs the center, the day-to-day operations, he was saying, listen, Nico, the attacks aren't ending. There's more kids that need help. I think we can open our doors more. So that was one thing. But funding made it so that I did not feel comfortable taking on more kids because we were sort of at max capacity as it was regarding funding, not necessarily our ability to actually take on more kids, which is a whole other issue. And then 2, Divas, which is an organization that works in and around the area where we operate, is sort of like the social services of Beni, of the Eastern Congo. And they evaluated our center and they came to the same conclusion, saying essentially, please, we have a lot of kids that need placement. If you can take them, take them. So we made the decision to accept 6 new children at our center. I'm going to quickly read off their stories, and then we can kind of go from there. So I'm just going to look at my phone quickly, if that is okay, and we will hopefully be able to kind of get a better understanding of why what we do is as important as it is. So, and I'll show you some pictures shortly. I just want to make this video as concise as I can because I know I talk a lot and can drag on. And again, as always, and this is unfortunate, but I'm sharing these stories of these children not to, put them in the limelight or to try to sensationalize what's happening to the kids at our center. I'm doing it because I think it's important to know what is happening in this part of the world that has largely been forgotten, and that doesn't receive nearly as much support as it should. So without further ado, I'll just kind of read the stories. It is what it is. They're sad, they're tragic. If you don't want to listen to it, stop now, but I highly encourage everybody getting involved, both financially, but also in order to do that emotionally, because these are some really, really cool children that we work with. So the first one is Janvier, which means January in French. He's a 16-year-old boy. He came to us from Commanda on the 25th of May. His entire family of 10 were killed by the ADF, which is the rebel group that operates in and around Beni that we so often are, reaping or not reaping the rewards, certainly not reaping the rewards, but who's affecting the lives of all the kids that we work with. All of the kids at our center have family members that have been killed by the rebel group, the ADF, which is the Alliance Defense Force. And he was found roaming the streets of Beni with nowhere to go, no one to help him. Social services divas picked him up, referred him to us. The second one is Yonesi. She's an 11-year-old girl. She came to us from a neighboring territory from Beni, and on June 1st, so less than a month ago, or less than 2 months ago, her family of 6 were all killed by the ADF. Divas found her. She was a survivor. They picked her up, sent us to her. The next one is Irene, and this one I will use some clips to more appropriately discuss her situation in a second as sort of an example of these kids and what they go through. So I'll talk about Irene in a second. Then Blessed and Fulfilled, a 7-year-old girl and a 3-year-old brother. They both became orphans earlier this year as well, when their parents were killed by the ADF, and they were staying at an internally displaced camp, which is essentially a refugee camp within a country. And they were referred to us by Divas as well, and we gladly accepted them. And lastly, Manu, we don't know his age, we don't know his family name. For the other people we do know, we're estimating that he is between 6 and 8 years old. But he was found in the state of Bunia, in the city of Bunia, found to be severely malnourished and starving, with no guardians and in a deep state of trauma. And so he was referred to us by Divas, and now we are taking care of him and all of his needs. May it be, as you know, shelter, food, water, schooling, clothing, the love and support that Freddie and Mama Charlotte give them, but also the psychosocial support that we provide to all the children at our center. Thanks to, again, you and your support. So I'm just going to go a little bit into Irene, which is a 10-month-old baby. I'll go into her sort of story, and I'll have Freddie share that. So I'm going to go on WhatsApp and try to pull that up. So let me pull up my screen so now you can see my screen. Okay, so I get lots of videos all the time. And so I will try to sort of show what it is exactly that we do. So he's just kind of expressing what we do at our center. And now he's going to go into a little bit about Irene's story. So hopefully listen to that.
Division of Social Affairs and we part of us almost 50 stages in which we have a little girl of 9 months. Now she has losing her parents during this June. She has losing her parents. It was the day before. It was on the first June 2020. As she lose her parents. After being banned after the ADF Manu has banned their houses, and they killed both parents, mother and after that they put the baby between the non-living body of his parents. This is how we have taken care of her, because she has loosened everyone in her family. The remaining family members have been took in the forest by the idiot. Now, till now, they don't know where they are. So, the neighbor of the house, the neighbor has sent the baby at the division of social affairs, and now the division of social affairs has sent us to take care of her. So we are taking care of her. The baby has called you because she has passed all the night outside, and that day it was raining. Imagine a baby, a 9-month-old baby, but
so that's the end of that video. And he goes on to sort of describe a little bit the other videos of the other kids. But I received after we took on this baby, and just to sort of recapitulate, the ADF went into this town, burned down all of the houses, killed Eden and his parents, and a lot of other people in the community, and abducted some other people, presumably probably children, into the forest with them, which is what they often do to try to recruit children as some of their soldiers, or women, for sex work. And they left Irene on the street alone with her dead parents. When Divas found her the next day, she had been out all night in the cold and the rain, and she was latching onto her dead mother's body. And that is the report that we got from Divas, and that is how they found her. And so when we first got her, Freddie and I had conversations, and he was really worried about her condition, in the sense that she was not playful, had no eye contact, looked severely traumatized, and was in no condition that you would ever expect a 10-year-old baby to be in. And so over the last few weeks, Freddie has been sending me some updates regarding her. So he sent me, and I don't know if you can see this. This is more so for all of you. This is what you have all done, bringing hope in the life of those who haven't. Again, I and everybody else at Fester and Friends says thank you. He was so excited, and so was everybody. You can just see all the kids are excited to see Eden being a normal baby and playing. And so, very excited that this little girl is, becoming, normalizing to her situation at the center, and able to sort of escape the world she was in, where undoubtedly she probably would have been left to die alone if someone had not found her and subsequently referred her to us. So this is Freddie and Irene playing. This was sent to me 2 days ago. It's a short video, so I'll let it play through. Yeah, she's smacking him. And so that's that. Oops, let me pause that. So that's sort of that story. Those are the new kids that we brought in the center. Now, bringing new kids into the shelter has some issues and some difficulties, one of which is obviously, like I mentioned, the finances. Luckily, with this last round of me pushing and asking people to donate, if at all possible, we secured some money to try to increase our budget so that we could support some of these kids. Now, we are not currently, we still have remained under the sort of recurring budget that is necessary to meet all of our needs and goals. And so we continue to push for more fundraising. And obviously that's a big part of this and this video as well. But that is, I just wanted for this more to be a video to get you all involved and know what it is that we do. On the other hand, a big part of it too is learning about security and learning about what's actually happening in the Congo. Why is this happening? A big part of why I started this and how this originally started was mainly advocating for my friends and what I call my family in the Congo that I had met with and worked with, who were begging me to please do something about their situation. And so doing that has also been really important to me over the last few months. That's kind of gone off the wayside just because of life getting in the way and starting residency and being busy, but hopefully I can continue to do that again. One of the ways that I do that is by talking to Alan a lot. And if you can see in sort of this screen share, he sends me a lot of videos of sort of some of the attacks and some of the operational features of the Congo. So these videos are, so I get videos like that. I'm not going to show you any really dramatic pictures or videos that I get, but just kind of audios you can hear. These are gunshots in the city of Beni, where our orphanage is, and that just kind of highlights the need for intervention that we provide. Then he sends me updates. For example, this new attack that happened. Here's a report: 167 civilians killed and 14 cars burned down by the ADF in this certain sector, Rwenzori, which obviously is surrounding where we operate. And then here, just, he sent this to me last night. Some more attacks by the ADF, and some war going on in the city of Goma, where I also have worked and where our colleagues also operate. And so that is a big part of what I wanted to show. Like I said, we have the fundraising goals that we have. And with that latest round of fundraising, what were we able to do for these kids? That's what hopefully I can show you here now. So a whole bunch of images, and hopefully this works. Looks like I'm gonna have to go one by one. But these are some of the, I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, doesn't want me to share. But maybe I can do this. We'll do this instead. These are some of the new kids, which I just described to you. These are 3 of them, some of the new kids at our center. And so what we did is we gave them all new clothes, introduced them obviously to all the kids. Everyone gets their own suitcase where they kind of put their own stuff, new shoes, kind of playing around with Freddie, who is the man, as you can tell. And there's the new mattresses, the new bed frames. Yeah, and just kind of, kids being kids, new stuff, all that good stuff. So we obviously try to improve the quality of the center as we can. My last update that I have, and one that is crucial and very important, and something that needs to be shared, is that of 2 of the kids at our center. One of the things that we do, especially and push a lot of at Fesser and Friends, is the reunification of families if and when we can find them. We have already done that with 4 other kids in the past since we have opened. So we have reunited 4 families. This month, we reunited 2 more families, Alpha and Marlene, both amazing kids that have been, Alpha has been with us since the day we opened, Madeleine a little bit later, but Divas, that organization, managed to find family members for both of them, which were more than willing and able to take care of their kids, and were, as you can imagine, ecstatic to find out that either their nieces or nephews actually did survive the attack some years ago, and that they've been at an orphanage for all that time. Obviously, we put a lot of screening tools into it to make sure it's safe for the kids, that they won't be exploited, that there's enough financial support to maintain the quality of life that we expect of all the children that come through and out of our doors. But anyways, we have reunited 2 more families, so that brings our grand total to 6 families reunited after ADF attacks, thanks to you and your support. So real lives being affected, and real dreams coming true for a lot of people. So that's really the update I wanted to give to you all. It's probably a little bit long. I do want to end this on a bright note because, again, the important thing is to remember that although these stories are sad and although these stories are tragic, these are kids with normal lives that like to play, like to have fun, When I talk to them, they always laugh at me on FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever way that we communicate. And it's important to humanize them. And so I want to end this with a last video that I took. I didn't take it, but my film crew took while we were in the Congo, and I want to show you sort of the humanity of these kids. And so let me pull up. Let me screen share again. All right, let's go back to the beginning. So that right there in the blue shirt was Alpha, who we just reunited with her family. And these are some of the kids at our center. With a background song that just happens to match it perfectly, but we were listening to some Congolese music. And another reminder that there will be a movie / documentary coming out on Fessler and Friends, on the Congo, on your financial support, on what we have all accomplished together. And it really wouldn't be possible without you. So that's Alpha, who just found his family. There's my cousin Anna and my friend Maria, who were there filming. And to the right in a second, you will be able to see Madeline, who right there, yep, on the right, who we just reunited her with her family as well. So anyways, this is just to say that we're doing real stuff here. Thank you again for your support. Please consider joining us and giving a monthly donation, whether it be $5, $10, $1 million, if you want. And please continue to think about us if you ever hear of anybody wanting to donate money or for tax purposes or because they like what we do or they believe in the cause. Again, to all our donors, thank you from the bottom of my heart. On behalf of myself, Alan, who, as you all probably have seen many videos of him and Facebook posts, he is the director and founder of World Hope Givers, or the organization we work with there. On behalf of Freddie, on behalf of Mama Charlotte, who loves and takes care of the kids and does a lot of the cooking and cleaning and just like that motherly figure. And all of the kids, my board of directors, and everybody involved. Thank you so much for what you do. Thanks for continuing to support us, for believing in us. And I am excited to have shown you this. I'll try to make this more regular so the videos aren't as long and you can still know what it is that I'm doing when I am outside of the hospital and have a little bit of a life to do other things. So thank you again, and God bless. Take care.